The AI video company is opening new hubs in London, Tokyo, and Paris, with plans to invest nearly $300 million over the next few years as it scales its business and also its AI research. Joining us now is Runway co-founder and CEO Cristóbal Valenzuela. So I think that there's a clear link here from where your priority markets are and where you're growing fastest and where you've opened up these hubs. Explain that.
Yeah, I think it's a version of the same, to be honest. We're growing really fast, of course, in the US. That's our biggest market. But we see natural expansions happening both in Asia. So a couple months ago, we announced Japan and our office there and our presence there. I've been spending a lot of time in the region, and our growth there is consistent. So we want to make sure we have more time and more people just in that region. And more recently, we opened up 2 European hubs. We announced London and Paris that we're announcing today. Both of them are on the heels of just growing the markets and are being closer to our customers. Europe is our second largest market, and Japan is our third. We're also making inroads in Latin America. So Brazil will start becoming also a hub, and of course, Mexico. And so for us, it's more about making sure we're close to our customers, we're close to how we're serving them, and then talent. Talent these days is broadly everywhere. So we need to be also everywhere to hire the best people we can.
That $300 million commitment, how much of it really is talent, the cost of talent?
A big chunk of it is talent, specifically research. As you know, researchers are expensive and talent is expensive. And so people is what makes this company really special. And a lot of it is definitely dedicated towards not only growing our research team, but our go-to-market team. In Japan, it's kind of interesting because we've grown a lot there. And traditionally, everyone will tell you that in Japan, you need to have a commercial team, a business team, just to be able to sell one contract. And that hasn't been the case for us. We actually have been able to sell into Japanese enterprises and Asia with no commercial presence whatsoever. And so really for us is ability to double down and make sure we can sell more by having great teams and great people there. And now we're kind of putting time and effort and money into that.
The debate facing, I was going to say Hollywood, but industry at large right now has been, what will the impact of AI be on content creation, for one of a blanket expression. How much has that shifted, Cristóbal, to not whether they should, but how they should use the technology?
Well, I think the question of will AI will ever be useful in creating content in Hollywood, it was really a question 2 years ago at the most. I think these days you could assume, and it's fairly common to assume that every company, every media, every studio is using AI in somehow. I mean, we work with all of them, so we can tell you from the inside that that's actually the case. And so companies are seeing significant impact in their business by using the technology, the models themselves to make content they just couldn't do before. And we have countless cases of, the BBC using it to create content they just couldn't do before, studios using it to create storyboards or art directions or edits of things. And so for us, is that's kind of resolved already. Hollywood and media has been all over and has finally fully adopted AI. We now need to grow really outside of that.
On the studio side, the Lionsgate relationship's really interesting, right? That you're co-developing on projects, but they took an equity stake.
Correct.
Why? But also, is that something you feel like you could replicate with other studios?
Yeah, we're replicating it related with other studios. Again, if you're a great technology partner to a lot of the studios, what you're bringing to the table is the ability for the studios to create content they couldn't do before. And Lionsgate was one of the first and the most vocal kind of proponents of this. But really, we're working with a lot more studios and companies with similar models. Some of them don't involve equity at all. It's more about partnerships and our ability to integrate our products into the way they work. And there's so much great IP, there's so much great content out there that needs to be made somehow. And so if you can help them make it, they just want to partner with you. And that's kind of what we've done to make sure that hopefully we'll get to see more interesting stories out there.
Cristóbal, just very quickly, where is Runway in its efforts to raise money, need to raise money to fund all of this?
We've raised almost every 10 to 12 months. And so we're pretty much probably going to go into that trajectory. We closed our Series E on late last year, so December of last year. So hopefully later this year, we'll announce something.